You don't have concrete proof. So when Queen Joe Biden set this up, this didn't happen just because Queen Joe Biden got into the government in our modern times. This plan came from way back even further than Queen Joe Biden. And many of these people have been passing the baton for years. Time doesn't stay the same. Do it. Fashion doesn't stay the same. Do it. Styles don't stay the same. Do it. Cars don't stay the same. Do it. A lot of things change over time. Even dress wear, hair wear, all the 90s and 30s. What we thought was cool then, like a Jerry curl, ain't, you know, happening today. So when we look back on the many years of the Joe Biden administration, no, the Joe Biden family, I'm sorry, and their affiliation with government, going back many, many, many years, probably the baton has been passed over time. So this is why this was able to be orchestrated into what we see today that you call Israel. But we have concrete proof and evidence by the doctor that it was orchestrated even from the very enemies of Africa, the Zionists, uh, 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 many other groups. You know what I'm saying? Calling themselves this religious stuff and is no more than a cult in all ways. It's many of them. You know what I mean? Just look at the symbols, baby. You know what I mean? In other words. So we have to start to understand that we need to start to make things see for what it is. But on Saturday, you know what I'm saying, the Netanyahu log nut criminal son of a gun, you know what I'm saying, doubled down his position, which he has held for much of his political career. You hear that? So he got in there, or was put in there, or cheat his way in there, or bully his way in there, because I don't think the people of what they call the Jewish faith and all this different stuff agree with what's going on with Netanyahu. And how long was you going to allow Netanyahu and any of your leaders that invaded that start to do this to the Palestinian people? While you sit over here in our face and act as if like you ain't doing nothing criminal. We see right through all of it. And it's very sad that black music in itself and acting and all these different forms of art is in conspicuous garbage with Satanists and many other groups, going back to even, like they said, Aleister Crowley, L. Ron Hubbard, and all these different clowns, Madame de Blavatsky, you know what I'm saying, Antoine Levy, and many other criminal suckers that has come into our world and even brought in the creation of stealing information and creating nuclear weapons, something that should have never even been created or allowed to be created. You know what I'm saying? So we know that he's full of something. And to see how long the Palestinian people have bear this persecution and crucifixion of them telling, and then get to the point where you can say stuff out your goddamn mouth, netting jackass Yahoo, or whatever you want to call yourself, and talk about these people ain't human. They dogs and they this and they that, and they're not even human, and they don't have the right to this and that, and you running the same rhetoric you ran on black people, and people believe in this shit. They must come to a two-state solution if they're going to remain there. because it's the only overstand. And every time they come up with a two-state solution, whoever's in that seat of them invaders into Egypt, calling themselves Israel, always say the same thing and continue down the road with military might, murdering and genociding the people. And if them New Jersey soldiers is going over there to help with genocide, then we know the rest of the world is in trouble right now. And that goes for all of us. Because once we have allowed over the many years of the conflict that we have seen in Beirut and many other Islamic nations, this constant back and forth to the point where you will hijack Pan Am flights and have the people on there so long yet that they were stinking and dying and you threw them out the window as if a piece of trash on human cargo. Back and forth with the Americans, the British, and many others who created this so-called invasion of Egypt and renaming it Israel. You have been a criminal organization from day one. And there is no need for you to try to fool out anyone into believing this at any point. So you should come to some kind of ceasefire, and those that it has over there have even gone to the point where you going back and forth over you spreading out into Palestinian territory and land. So now you have a territorial fight while you banging the people out and killing them. You letting your people invade and overrun into their land. And then calling them dogs and all types of stupid shit and they ain't human and they don't have a right to speak and they this and that and the third and no and all kinds of nonsense. You know what I'm saying? The statement is crazy. This is what we see going on with them, yeah. You know what I'm saying? We see many people are really sick of this nonsense. A statement released by the officials in his conversation with the creepy ass president, you know what I'm saying, and the creepy ass prime minister, Netanyahu fucking creepy ass, you know what I'm saying, reiterated his policies that after Hamas is destroyed, Hamas is not what you're killing. You keep saying the same nonsense and the lie that you want to put up because you know for well Hamas is probably somehow maybe involved in your garbage. Whether you orchestrate letting it to grow or whether you orchestrate in the fact that you saying that you exacerbated by going there and coming into that region in the first place and then you're causing all of this. But the whole fact of the matter is all still come out to the genocidal genocide on the Palestinian people is what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Why are you talking about destroying somebody? You need to be removed because all you have done has destabilized that whole region. Now, how you get all these people to believe in your shit is you had planned this out maybe 100 years ago. Who knows? Through the time working at the same thing. This is how the Ottoman Turks end up in there with the fez on their head like them dumbass black ass nigga ass Moors going into Ethiopia trying to shoot up Emperor Selassie with machine guns when the people didn't even have that type of armament at that time. And the Moors, you help them to do this. You want to get your own people for them. No wonder they have the monkey with the symbols, you know what I'm saying, and the fez on his head. You know what I'm saying? That's not in your genetical makeup, but it showed, your actions showed this in your works. and you would never be forgiven for that. So don't ask for it. And anybody that truly looks into this from generation long after I'm gone, going to say the same thing. You're a goddamn traitor. Period. But we see here with a statement released by his office, read in his conversation, you know what I'm saying, with creepy ass president, Prime Minister, nut kiss, not long, he gated head, you know what I'm saying, Netanyahu, we read this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? The policies that after Hamas destroyed Israel must retain security control over Gaza. This is what the whole shit is about in the first place. So what the hell is you talking about? Because that's what you want to do. Using American soldiers, weapons, ships, and all the materials of the United States and money from the American people's pocket funding a genocide under some scriptural nonsense that you trumped up all these years, many years, all the way up to 1937. This is probably why you attacked Embrace Selassie I. It was all in the plan of the making of doing this nonsense that you're doing. Now, if people understand what I'm saying, look up the history of the Ethiopians. Dig into the history of the Ethiopians and Sudan in itself. So majority of the people that were living in the Egypt plateau and the region, many of them were enslaved by the wicked plans of these beasts long before creepy ass was even thought of. And they were removed from the land. And they still were doing it again not too long ago in Darfur. Same process, same garbage. And it's sad that many people and children lost their lives for this invasional act over these many years. And we could even go back even further and show many other atrocities that they had done to the African people prior to anybody being in that region at all. You always had outside of the Lebos and many other groups that were Africans that constantly, from time to time, would go into war and stuff like that over disagreement, internal squabbling. But at the same time, you had many that moved into the region, and their plans was to get that regional strategic position. Black people gotta stop thinking, and I'm gonna say it fucking again. Stop thinking that when you come along in life and you're just born not too long ago, that everything you know, everything that you learn, and everything give you the right to say what somebody's life was before you even came along. As if life started when you were born. Life did not start when you were born. Life didn't start when I was born with a greedy ass. Because you got to stop thinking that way. There is no reason for you to still be thinking that when you come along, you know everything. You figured it all out. And everybody else older should do what you say. It don't work like that. Let's just be honest. Let's just be honest. Yeah. Acting as if like, you know what I'm saying, when you come along, life starts. But that's not how it works. You see what I'm saying? Because before a lot of people came along, You know what I'm saying? I was out there working from time to time, jobs to jobs, face to face, this, that, and the third. You know, living through my struggles and my mental uh, uh, dysfunctions to get myself on the right track. You know what I'm saying? And still having problems. There's nobody out here that don't have no kind of problems. You know what I'm saying? Some may be greater, some may be less. But there is nobody out here that truly does not run into some kind of problems and different things. You know what I'm saying? But we have a lot of like people who think just because they were born the other day that life started with them. Everybody else was dead till you came along. So you could tell everybody how it go. Nobody's going to give the best of their lives to anyone else. You work and you do your time, and that's it. What you should be doing at a certain age is like other people do. You know what I'm saying? Because your wealth and understanding should be greater and wiser now. So you could set up many things to where you can go live the other half of your life, you know what I'm saying, in some kind of peace, understanding, joy, and goodwill. You know what I'm saying? You don't give a job all your life. You know what I'm saying? You have to have other things to do as well. You know what I'm saying? In yourself. So we see here where he's talking about he have to keep security and control over the Gaza to ensure that Gaza will no longer pose a threat to it. You posed a threat by even invading that spot to begin with. You got some goddamn nerves. Under a false pretense of a religion to give you these so-called Narcia document rights. You clown. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear nothing from this clown, man. He's an idiot. He's an idiot. And people need to remove him from any type of political power or structure, you know what I'm saying, in that region at all. At all. Because there is no way that you should be controlling the region to the point where the people have to say, look, you have to go. You know what I'm saying? And then you bring in your bullying tactics and you murder off the people in order to maintain that type of strategic hyperstand. This is not right. We've seen this too many times. You know what I'm saying? Too many times. We've seen it too many times. And we need to get rid of it. It is important that we do it. You know what I'm saying? Even when you look at, uh, 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 even when you look at this other group coming in, you know what I'm saying? Where we have now Mr. Adam, whatever his name is, Alec Baldwin, you know what I'm saying? In this matter, the jury indicts Alec Baldwin in the fatal shooting of cinematographer on movie set in New Mexico. You know what I'm saying? We see the indictment, Alec Baldwin, on Friday on an involuntary manslaughter charge in 2021, fatally shooting, you know what I'm saying, during a rehearsal on the movie set. I don't believe it was that. I believe this happened exactly what he did. I, I spoke on these movie actors and these different things. And the lady that got shot before she got shot, she said she had some information on Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton. You know what I'm saying? Hillary Clinton and the Clintons. And all of a sudden, she ends up in this situation. So I think he should be charged. And that's all I'm going to say about that clown. So, you know what I'm saying? Get off of there. We get back to my man Trump Thug. You know what I'm saying? Now, when we look at this other situation, in no ways that one, you know what I mean? We still see Billy the Nut Gold Gates still around doing bullshit and still trying to act as if like he did nothing at all. Same with Anthony Fitzpatrick killing motherfucking Murder Ross Weasel. Killed millions and genocide many people on this planet using biological attack. Now, you know what I'm saying? Don't tell me Anthony Foxx didn't. Just because he's sitting up in the office like Creep Joe Biden and them sucking up in our government getting millions of dollars don't mean that they're not up there doing genocidal and planical shit to the people such as we saw with COVID. You know what I'm saying? But we see Bill Gates, you know what I'm saying? He also is there. That's why him and his wife literally I don't understand how you buy out or you become the number one top dog in the World Health Organization and then got the nerve to talk about people speaking out against you, or you violated the World Health Organization. So what did you violate? Is a question we got to ask. How did Bill Gates or any Linda Gates or any of them get involved in the World Health Organization? So the World Health Organization is not a World Health Organization, not according to the people and the United States. Anytime you can put certain people or let certain people get in there, buy out and hold most of the stocks and this and all that in the World Health Organization and create that to be something that has driven over time in the minds of the people to believe that it is something to begin with. When it was no more than probably a creation of Bill Gates and his party and all the biological fucking ego, fucking kryptonite, crooked, crypto, fucking troglodytes, you know what I'm saying, necromaniacs. Talking about a World Health Organization. And the National Institute of Health. And many of these medical fields. They're creating shit to do shit. We even see here where Billy the Nut Gold Gates, you know what I'm saying, in his madness, as we know, in his madness, you know what I'm saying, is up here talking about he plans to reveal plans to change, you know what I'm saying, the vaccine. So now he's saying he's gonna change these vaccines. You know what I'm saying? People still trust this man. I don't know how. You know what I mean? But that's good for him. And that's all I want to say. If you're not wise to nothing, then you know you will bend. You know what I'm saying? And you will break. You know what I'm saying? And you will always back down. You know what I'm saying? And you will never, you know what I'm saying, fight back. You will always surrender. Now, we see here Republicans are slowly moving to endorse Donald J. Trump, coming in by, you know what I'm saying, this is John, coming by John 22 hours ago, Jon, John, you know, it looked like Levine, you know what I'm saying, coming in 22 hours ago, Eastern Standard Time. You know what I'm saying? Coming off the New York Post, you know, in many reads. You know what I'm saying? Coming off the Post. You know what I mean? But we see here where they're Republicans are Republicans slowly move to endorse Trump. What are you slowly gasping for? Let me ask the Republicans, who the fuck is in the Republican Party right about now? Because we know you invaded it, and you also your ancestors ran up and down talking about getting and all that different stuff before. So you don't have a great background after you took it over from the black men that were probably trying to keep it under some form of control of overstand. Or did they create it for this or that or the third? But anyway, we ain't gonna argue that point right now. But we see here where the New York congressional, from what we see in here, we see the New York congressional Republicans are finally jumping off the 2024 presidential fence. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they should have fallen off the opposite way. You know what I'm saying? Because many of them seem to be on the other side of the fence. You know what I'm saying? We see where Nicole, the Republican of Staten Island, and Representative Nikki LaLota, you know what I'm saying, a Republican of Long Island, both told the Post that they endorsed the President Donald J. Trump. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one. You know what I'm saying? As a Navy veteran and a member of both the armed services and Homeland Security, you know what I'm saying, in itself, Homeland Security Committee, I understand America's need a commander in chief who will keep us safe. La Lota said the President Donald J. Trump told me, man, policies made our nation stronger and had made our nation stronger and had made our nation stronger and had, you know what I'm saying, and had in itself many great ideas. That's just what I'm saying. It had, you know what I'm saying, she said it made our nation stronger and had us on track, you know what I'm saying, to prosperity. You know what I'm saying? To prosperity. As our 47th president, he will clean up the mess that creepy nutcase Luciferian Baphomet creating Israel, along with the British and many criminal organizations like NATO, to bully the world and do garbage to us. This is why they want AI. They want to be able to program robots to beat your fucking ass, enslave you, and sit back somewhere probably in space and laughing, such as we saw with COVID-19. You know what I'm saying? You get the picture. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying, we see that I'm not seeing their middle whatever spokesman, you know what I'm saying, added that Nicole supports Donald J. Trump, supports President Trump, Trumpy Bear Baby, and will make a formal endorsement at the appropriate time. 4 other members of the 9-member Republican delegation, you know what I'm saying, have endorsed, you know what I'm saying, any candidate, have endorsed any candidate in 2024 presidential primary despite the President Donald J. Trump's commanding Iowa caucus blowout. And that's right, Iowa, stand up, Iowa. And with New Hampshire primary looming on Tuesday, which probably happened on this Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? But we see Mike Lowry, you know what I'm saying, a Republican of Rockland, you know what I'm saying, Brandon Williams of Syracuse, Anthony D. Esposito, Republican of Long Island, and Andrew Garbarino, you know what I'm saying, Republican of Long Island. Oh, yeah. Along with Nassau County Legislature, Nazi Phil, I guess his name is Philip, you know what I'm saying, who is running for a special election to replace disgraced Republican George Santos. Yeah, get his crazy ass out of it. You know what I'm saying? Have yet to endorse, but we all need to endorse and get on the bandwagon. There should be no Republicans right about now that is not on Trump's side or endorsing Trump in all ways and showing their support. Unless you're a Republican candidate that's running for office, so you have to get the support, and all that on the road. But as far as all the Republicans that's involved should be endorsing Trump in what he's trying to put forward on the table for the United States after what we see, the chaotic garbage that just took place and still taking place with Bill Gates saying he will be coming out and changing the vax. You know what I'm saying? And then you have the southern border wide the fuck open and you drove many hundreds of thousands of criminals into probably this country that we don't know about. I'm not saying every single one, you know what I'm saying? and drove them into this country, and you did a lot of bullshit at the border. You did a lot of bullshit with COVID-19, the mandates, the executive orders, the Black Lives Matter, the riot at the Capitol, and go out, NATO, you know what I'm saying, bullshit, criminal ass with Ukraine and Russia, like as if Ukraine can beat Russia, you know what I'm saying, and then you backing them up and sending troops and military might over there fucking around a nuclear war, and a lot of people wouldn't even know what a nuclear war look like, or if they see it on television, will they truly know the effects of it, or we wait to see the Big Bang Theory. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, shall I go on? And you got the nerve to be sitting up there backing that type of criminal organization. I mean, how much money did you take off of them? You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one, but we see in 20 in 2022, Larry publicly expressed his wish for an alternative to Trump. Yeah, like you dumbass. What kind of Republican are you, jackass? Larry. We Mike Larry. Yeah, that's Mike. My name, Mike Laurie. Yeah, Laurie. You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with you? Last name Lawyer. Lara, whatever, Laura, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Laurie. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you expressing that should be an alternative. What alternative is there? You can't just express an alternative. You got to put forward an alternative, and we got to make sure that we check his ass out tooth, bolt, and nail. Why you talking all that bullshit? Yeah? Hmm? 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 Alternative. And floated Florida Ron DeSantis as the right person. Well, a challenge is a challenge. But you don't make no express noise as a Republican against a Republican, jackass. What you should have said, that if Trump is running, you know what I'm saying, congratulations or whatever, and endorse or whatever, and endorse Ron DeSantis as well. You didn't have to say in 20, you floated around public express, you publicly floated around and publicly expressed his wish for an alternative other than Trump, as if Trump is an enemy to you. Long Island has become more red, but it's not Trump's country. Long Island has come more red, and it should have been a long time ago, and it is Trump's country. You know why? Because he's doing something for the fucking country. What the fuck is you doing? Backing the Democrats in the high prices of rent that we see around here, Mr. Laurie. Backing up the Democrats on every criminal fucking shit that could affect black people and poor people, white, black, green, or purple in general, Mr. Laurie. You backing Biden and what we see the genocide going on in Gaza. You backing the genocide on African people as a whole, brother. Or you just a jackass altogether? Which one is it, fella? You stupid ass. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a lot of stupid people that want you to be stupid like them. And they think that they could talk you out of your own fucking brain. Well, like a news feed. That's not gonna work here. You know what I'm saying? You could throw all kinds of Nancy Drew stories and whatever you call yourself doing. But we will never bend. We will never, you know what I'm saying? And we will never bend. You know what I'm saying? And we will never. And we will never bend. We will not break. We will never back down. And we will never, ever fucking surrender to your piece of shit that you sitting there talking about Donald J. Trump. And it could have been a different man in Trump's place, a black man with his fists up, saying the same damn thing. Where you are, brothers? Where's our politicians? Where's our young politicians being groomed by other politicians to take this position? Trump only has 4 more years. You know what I'm saying? If he wins. You know what I'm saying? You up here talking God, Mr. Laurie, or whatever your name is. You know what I'm saying? Talking about it's become more red, but it's not Trump country. It ain't your country either because you doing a bunch of garbage shit. You need to remove your ass off the scene. You know what I'm saying? I would think they might be a little, skittish, like your ass, of course. Said one, said one plugged into, said one plugged into Republican operatives. Yeah, like you're crazy. Yeah, maybe they're hoping Trump gets convicted and kicked off the ballot. Yeah, like your dumb ass. You shouldn't vote for this Mr. Lowry and get him out of office. Last name Lawyer. You should get him out of government. You know what I'm saying? This guy is a crook. I don't know who he is, but he's a crook. His words alone speak for itself. You know what I'm saying? He's in the same boat with the rest of them to demonize Donald J. Trump. And like Trump just said, raising a fist again, we will not bend. We will not break. We will not. And we will never, ever back down. We will never, ever surrender to your garbage. Moving on. You know what I'm saying? But we see here in this matter, you know what I'm saying, New York congressional members who are backing Trump, including Nikki Langworthy, you know what I'm saying, Republican of, uh, I guess it's Chattanooga, whatever, and Republican Claudia Tenney, Republican of Finger Lake. Another upstate, Republican, Ellis Steadman, Republican of, I don't know, I'm not saying that name, is so close to the president, she widely viewed as a potential running mate. Okay, all right. During the 2020 presidential race, you know what I'm saying, in this matter, you know what I'm saying, Long Island voters were divided with NASA voting for creepy Joe Biden. NASA, you need to wake the fuck up. Didn't you just see what took place? Didn't you see what's going on around the world in foreign affairs that was set up by these motherfucking people you seem to want to vote for creepy ass North Case Biden and his family and the rest of them doing the shit they did to your planet Earth and still doing over 75 years or better? And you still don't get the picture. So I see that NASA has to get the banger changa langa langa one more time. You keep on being an idiot. But talking about vote for Biden while Trump took Suffolk County. Yeah, because the people out here probably have some goddamn sense. You know what I'm saying? The 2024 landscapes does not, bode, whatever they want to use, bode well for Republicans after the New York highest court gave the demon Democrats another chance to, redraw the state house district lines. You know what I'm saying? Something they will almost certainly do in a way that targets vulnerable Republicans. So we still got a lot of garbage going on. You know what I'm saying? So people, we need to think about what we see in here. And remember, we will not bend, we will not break, and we will never back down. We will never ever surrender. You know what I'm saying? And as long as Donald J. Trump is backing this, I'm backing Trump 100%. So this is point blank saying to true born Americans and all Americans that come into this country or in the world. Think about what I said, and we'll talk again on another day. So I say farewell, my friend. One, we will begin.